This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to week 12 of my Arrowverse recap. And I'm going to go over the episodes of The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, and Black Lightning. And a reminder, I will not have one of these out next week because I'll be out with family and will only have scheduled videos, so I'll not be able to release content based on this. And week 13 will take place in 2 weeks, where I'll go over both episodes that release for all the series over the next 2 weeks. I think the Batwoman episode, it was okay. I feel like it might have been the one I may have enjoyed the most. That wasn't a crossover, but really did not say much for me since I haven't really enjoyed the show that much. And I was really just intrigued by the introduction of Stephanie Brown, who is many superheroes within the DC universe, including, I believe, Batgirl, Spoiler, and at one point Robin, although that was very temporary and led to her supposed death, but later revealed that she was actually alive. But it was just one of those things, for comics where they retconned it. And I was way more interested in seeing what happened with her than really anyone else in the series. And I think it was nice for her to have a relationship with Luke Fox, which could be interesting. But I think Luke Fox was also done wrong, because I just watched the film Batman Bad Blood, which had both Luke Fox and Kate Kane in it, and I just think they did such a better job with them. Although I have seen that film before, it's been a little bit, and really forgot that Luke is supposed to be ex-military, just like Kate, and that's probably why they changed it, so they could have more of a Cisco or Felicity type on the team. And really, I just thought it was an okay episode. I think I was also paying attention to it a little more because I was doing homework at the time, but it was mainly just typing into a PowerPoint, just checking over a few things, and it really didn't have much to do, so I was paying a little more attention, and I feel like this episode was a little more enjoyable. But I really didn't pay attention to the series that much to say that it's the best episode, although I did like the villain of Cluemaster, and he isn't the best done villain like that, because to me the Riddler is probably the best version, and the best version of him is from Gotham. I think that the Riddler usually gets very annoying, but it's very well done in Gotham. But really, that's all I think about this, and let's go on to Black Lightning. This episode was okay. I think it was mainly setting up the series to finish up, and it was pretty enjoyable. But as I said before, I'm not really into the show that much, so there isn't that much investment for me in it, but I did enjoy it. I definitely think the characters are good, and it's setting up a decent finale, and Tobias Whale is a pretty good villain. It was a very personal connection that was built up over the series, and he's being very strategic in this, but it's starting to fall apart, and I really just can't wait to see how it continues on. I'll watch it to the end, but I'm probably not going to ever watch the series again. So that's really it, and I'm going to go now on to Supergirl. I think this was an okay episode. It wasn't that good, but it wasn't terrible. I felt like it was just okay. All that dream sequence stuff was just, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy how they did it. I feel like it could have been a little more interesting, and I don't know, I just really didn't like it. I feel like there was just so many better ways to do it, and they could have had a way more interesting, prison escape style one, but I just feel like it wasn't that good, and really I'm just would rather seeing something else, I feel like this episode was still okay. And really, I just kind of like the characters of Martian Manhunter and Lex Luthor in this. But that's really it. Now it's time for Legends. And oh boy, that was a dumb episode. But that's what I expected the episode before. And is why I love the show. Just so fun, different, and unique. I mean, you're not going to get many shows today that has an alien making people eat its goo so they could feed on them, trying to fatten the people up. It's just so ridiculous that it would only work in this type of show. I just really enjoy it. And of course, I kind of saw the thing with Amelia Earhart going south. It was kind of predictable, but it was still really enjoyable. I don't really like all the characters. I think that they was just done a really good job with it. I really like all the characters, and I like the new one, whose name is escaping me at the moment. It's very interesting to have. I do like the relationships between them. And the one thing I was a little surprised by this season was I thought that Astra was supposed to be written off the show, but I guess I thought wrong, or heard wrong, and I'm glad she's staying to have a relationship. Well, not really a relationship as in like a love relationship, but an interesting relationship with John, who did what he did to her all those years ago, and they're finally able to start reconciling, even after the events of last season. And really, I just love it overall. I think that it's very interesting to have the relationship between Sarah and Ava continue to grow. Gary is, let's just say Gary. And really, I just think it's been amazing so far. I definitely can't wait to see where it's going. I wonder if this will lead into the Thanagarian storyline, teased back in Season 1 by the Time Masters to Rip Hunter, who is a character that I'm guessing many forgot about, but yeah, he was in the show. I definitely want to see where this goes, and there's one possible consistency problem that has in this episode with the creation of Big Belly Burger, with it being linked to these aliens that were just released. And if that happened, how was it created originally? And I don't think this actually is a plot hole because if you think of it, they said the business was about to go out of business, and it's likely no matter what happened, even if they didn't die, that they would have to close the business, and that one waitress would have to buy it out, or decide you not really have to, and created Big Belly Burger. So I don't think it's exactly is a plot hole. I think it's just more of a fixed point in time, and it's just time wanting to happen, which was shown in many earlier shows and seasons, and it's not really a plot hole. It is explained and makes sense. The episode of The Flash this week, I feel like it was okay. I felt like in it that Barry was probably the one who was more right in the situation, if those were the only two options. I did feel like both of them were wrong, but I felt like once the episode they were going to try to prove Iris to be right and her to be Moon right, which may be a little off because I feel like that they just can't go and reason away with every villain. They could do it with some, but if it gets a little too repetitive right now, with them doing it with two different villains this season already, and it would feel a little too repetitive. And really, I just feel like if it had to only be between those two options, I would have rather went with Barry's option. Although that really is the Last Jedi Luke answer, which many wouldn't like, but I also didn't like. I just felt like if given the two, it might have been a little better to do that. And really, I just think that it was kind of a lose-lose scenario with those two options, which is why I think that it's probably going to go to a more traditional fight and to team up against the Speed Force, which may be corrupted or something. And really, I just think that redeeming so many villains in a row will feel just a little boring, and that not every villain could be a relatable one. But that's just really my opinion. I wonder what you think. Another thing is, I don't really think they've very explained well why Cisco wants to leave. They did say basically that his girlfriend Camilla wanted to leave because she got an offer, and you could assume that that's why Cisco would want to leave. But there's also the fact that Barry's making decisions that he couldn't be behind, so I don't know if that's part of it. It really isn't that well explained, and I hope it's explained better. And I'm guessing that what's going to happen this season is going to be similar to what happened in Legends of Season 3 when Firestorm left about halfway into the season, but he also decided to return for the finale, which Cisco was, I think, basically confirmed to be his last episode as a series regular. So I'm guessing that he'll probably be in episodes 150 and 151 because I feel like they definitely will have the series. This is 150th episode, include Cisco in it, and he'll probably be in the finale also, since that was confirmed. And really, I think that's just the best way to do it, from what I'm guessing they're going to do. I really don't want to see Cisco leave. He's probably one of the best ones on the show, and I just feel like Chester isn't that good of a character compared to him. Chester just feels like, the one that kind of feels like the replacement. And although he is good, I feel like Cisco is better. I am also wondering if we're going to learn if this is the last appearance of Wells, or if he'll return one last time. Because it felt like it could be a very final goodbye by him. But also, there seems like a chance that he could return, and if he does, I'm guessing it may only be for episode 150, and possibly the finale. But I am interested to see where this goes, and see how it continues on, and I'm really excited for the rest of it. I do have a quick fun theory to put in, that potentially the Still Force and Speed Force are working together, which could be interesting, and would have a nice 3-on-2 fight for the finale, but I'm not really sure. I do like these mini story arcs because they give you 2 stories a season, which is a lot more interesting than one. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please like the video, leave some comments, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends, and may the Force be with you.